Thank you, everyone that's watching us here. I know most of you usually hear me in Luganda, apart from when I'm on KFM on Monday doing my gossip and you know. But today we are going to be speaking English. You can speak Luganda?
No, unfortunately, no. I'm so ashamed to say.
You can't speak Luganda?
I'm really sorry.
Okay. So I'm with Fatboy. Fatboy, your real names are?
James Onen.
James Onen. Fatboy. Very controversial guy because of, I mean, he's controversial for his opinions. Yeah. And that's what has made him. I have a list of questions here. I wanted to ask you. You joined radio which year?
1999.
1999. You began with Sanyu?
Yes.
And that's the only place you've worked on radio?
No. I actually have worked here back when it was called Monitor FM.
Oh.
Yes, I worked here in the programming department in 2003.
Okay.
For about a year.
For about a year. Yeah. So your time at Sanyu, you were not on air?
I was on air when I was at Sanyu. So from 99 to 2001, I was on the air as a presenter. And then I left Sanyu in 2001. I went and joined an advertising agency. So that was my brief flirtation with the corporate world. I was there for 2 years. I realized it wasn't for me. And then I found myself back in broadcasting, but now working for Monitor. Okay. And I left Monitor in 2004. Then I rejoined Sanyu FM, and that's where I've been since. So are you joining KFM?
Because someone could say, okay, now that you're here at KFM, the rumor has been ripe. I think he's joining KFM. Are you joining KFM?
Well, you know, when your team put up the promotional poster for the interview that I was doing today, a lot of people thought, hey, maybe I'm joining KFM. That was not the intention of my coming here today. It was just to hang out with Brian on his show and have fun, which I did. It was so much fun. But it's not something that I have given a lot of thought to yet, and really haven't thought much about my next steps because everything's happened so quickly. I mean, I got fired on Wednesday. Today's just Friday. So I've not had time to process it and think about what I want to do next. So, but you know, I always like to keep my options open. So hey, you never know.
Okay, so after all, at Sanyu FM, you were literally the star presenter there. You worked with Shanice. At some point, we had rumors you fell out with Shanice. You disagreed on different things. Now, when the rumor of first it was all employees left. Then from the other side, they said you led the strike.
100% false.
What exactly happened? Because someone could think maybe Fatboy was the most paid guy there. Why could he then want to sit down strike? Or why could he care if they're taking 25%?
Well, does that even make sense? Because yes, I was the highest earning presenter at Sanyu FM. And so if a pay cut was going to be affected, I would be, it would damage me the least compared to my colleagues. Do you know what I mean? Like, so if you know, if I'm making the however amount of money I'm making, and you cut 25% from that, you know, if I'm the highest earning guy, I can absorb it. I can deal with it. You know,
because already you're earning a lot.
I'm earning a lot. I could still comfortably pay my bills, my rents, and you know, any other obligations I had could fit within the what was left from the cut. So it wasn't going to. It was a minor inconvenience for sure, but it was not something that was going to affect my life to where I would struggle compared to my colleagues. So of course, I mean, if you're earning, let's say, 500,000, 600,000, or even 7, and they take 25% of that would hit such a person a lot more than it would hit me. So why would I then be the one leading the strike?
Exactly.
Because you know, I'm not even married. I don't have kids. You know, my mother is comfortable. I don't have dependents. You know, my money is for me personally. So salary cuts did not hit me so hard. So I would have no reason to lead a strike. So all of us actually were comfortable, or at least we had decided we were going to keep working. Not one single presenter said, I'm not going to work because of the pay cut. So to start with, that is false. And we were proceeding to work. We were continuing to come to work until we were told not to come to work.
Oh.
They told us to not come to work. And this is the management. So think of a 3-layered system of hierarchy. So at the bottom is the staff, the presenters, the newsreaders, the cleaners, the technicians. And then at the middle level, you've got the managers, the heads of departments, led by the chief operating officer, which is another way of saying general manager. And then above that is the owners, the Indians that own the company, the Ruparelias, and those that represent their interests. So it is the people in the middle, the managers, the actual managers, that were telling us, hey guys, don't go to work. And so that's why we didn't go to work. They told us to not go to work. So it's not true that the workers said, oh, 25% salary cut, I'm not going to work. That is absolutely not true. We accepted the pay cuts begrudgingly, like anyone else. And we were willing to keep working, hoping for a reversal in the future when the economy improves, just like everybody else. But then our managers told us, don't go to work. Yes, because I think for them, they were more interested in having it reversed than us. And so I think they wanted to leverage the power of the consensus of the workers.
Because
so that they could go to management and say, to the owners and say, you see, everyone is not happy. And now they're not working, so therefore...
Because what is actually funny or disturbing is how all of you decided not to come to work. But then why are they singling you out? Why are they saying Fatboy led this? You know, because there's all these other presenters there.
Well,
why is it Fatboy?
I can only speculate, but it could be because I immediately publicized my departure. So as soon as here's the difference. So once I got my termination letter, I immediately went on social media and said, okay guys, my ride is over, thanks so much, it's been great. So I announced my departure on account of having been dismissed. I didn't say okay, but my other colleagues, what they were doing is they were trying to talk to the management to see if they could bring them back. And so I think, and I'm speculating, maybe because I'd already come forward and publicized that I'm leaving, maybe they decided that they could make me the fall guy and say that it was me.
Were you in good books with the bosses as we wind up?
Yeah, I had no problems with them. I had a perfect working relationship. I was very loyal to the company. I devoted to them many years of my life. I had no issues. The only thing that has changed in the last few months is I would say the assumptions of the reins of the company. So my understanding is that the son of Sudhir, Rajiv, was sort of given a more central role in the running of the station. So they made him more involved in the running of the station. I think once he got involved is when you started to see a lot of these tensions growing. And when you look at the decisions that were taken in response to these recent events, really it really suggests that this is somebody who is impulsive, maybe didn't think through where this might lead.
So could the problem be Rajiv?
I think this mess is his doing. I think, but also the management who, because listen, it's almost a conspiracy. Look, they who are in charge of the running of the company were telling us to not go to work, and so they are our superiors. We said, okay, let us know what to do. And then later for them, the same people to send us notice of termination after having told us to not go to work is so strange.
Okay.
It's so strange. So I will blame Rajiv for the erraticness and recklessness. I will blame the management for engineering this disaster, which was avoidable. I think it was a gamble that they lost. I think they were hoping to leverage the power of consensus in order to twist the arm of the owners to reverse the salary cuts. But perhaps the owners decided to get one step ahead and ordered our termination so that if there was to be any future discussion, it will be on the grounds of workers begging for their jobs back instead of what I'm sure the management had hoped, which is how do we get management to meet our demands that we resume work. So I feel like there was a power play going on between the management and the owners, and the presenters ended up paying the price.
Okay, finally, what next as we wind up to go?
Well, like I said, everything happened so fast. So like normally, like, you know, if my departure had been more planned, if I had sort of made a decision to leave at a certain point, I would have a clearer understanding of what I wish to do next. But this has happened all of a sudden, and so right now I'm just relaxing a little bit. I will relax over the weekend, and then on Monday, you know, I will start to look at my various options.
Okay.
And I'm fortunate enough that I have a few things to look at.
Thank you very much. I want to get you again, especially with the boy child. I want to look for you. But for now, thanks very much for your time. By the way, it's my first time talking to you.
Amazing.
And it's such an honor. I should say you've been doing some very good work.
Thank you.
On radio there. It's not so many people around there that, you know, can speak their minds and hold on to what they're saying. So thank you very much. I hope we shall be in touch. You
Definitely.
just maybe leave me your number. We keep in touch.
Okay.
And we see how moving forward. I want to talk a lot, especially about the boy child and critical issues in society.
Lovely.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.